The Kaduna State Chapter of the Christian Association of Nigeria says 2 more abducted students of Bethel Baptist High School in Chikun local government area have regained their freedom. The chairman of the chapter, Reverend John Hayab, who confirmed this, says a total of 120 abducted students of the school have been freed so far. He says the number of the released students include 1 student who was freed on December 28, 2021, and another one who was freed on the 1st of January. Recall that the bandits invaded the school on the 5th of July and kidnapped 121 students. Well, for more on this development, I have Reverend John Hayab, who is the chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, the Kaduna Chapter. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure it's mixed feelings for you that 120 kidnapped students have been released so far, but there's still 1 more. Can you help us understand exactly why these students have been, released in batches? Does it have anything to do with the ransom payments or what? And you now have 1 more student in their captivity.
Let me sincerely thank Nigerians and I thank this station for standing with us throughout this period or trial period. We are happy, at least now we have 120 students who are already home. Let me say 119 students, because it's important people have the right information.
Okay.
120 students were kidnapped and the matron. So the matron is the 121. So it took them time. They released the first 28 and later released 15 and later 31 and another 15, and then they keep releasing them according to numbers, and then others escaped, and then finally we had 3 before December 27. Fortunately for us, 1 was released on December 28, and then this last one was released yesterday on a New Year. There is an interesting drama that surrounds it. On the 30th, this young man actually escaped from the camp of the bandits, and he ran and was almost getting to town, but the bandits pursued him and got him. His name is Joseph Arun. I think I can mention his name.
Yes.
And got him and took him back. I was actually coming from a wedding when I got a call. This is the situation, but we can't fight bandits. We don't even have the power to do that. That shows that they were not too far from us, but because we don't even know where they are. So finally, money exchanged hand, and then they released him yesterday. But we have 1 student who is with them. So 119 students exactly have returned, including the matron. 120 people that were kidnapped from the 121 have come back, but we have 1 student. And his case is a case of drama. Yes. But we're just praying that God will help him, because what we know, sincerely speaking, is that the bandits have done a mind game with him. He's the smallest among them. They've done a mind game with him. I can't tell exactly how old he is, but it's just in his 1st year. And it's been every time as if they are not even willing to release him, or he's not willing to come back. So you have mix of information. But we are working with the parents, talking to him and talking to them. Whatever it is, we want the child back.
You did say moments ago that money's exchanged hands.
Of course.
Who's been doing the paying?
No, most of those who do the pay are the parents and well-wishers. The truth about it, because sometimes people misunderstand as if we just go and they give us the children. No, they have to make demands. Every time they either demand for food, they demand for motorcycles, they demand for certain amount of money. The fact is that when 4 students were left, they now demanded that each child should be 5 million. And we keep negotiating. Then somehow they agreed to release the head boy on held ground, who had refused to come home. Who had
been a hero.
Yeah, he refused to come home and said until every student is back. But because he was down, so they collected a little above 4 million naira and released him and kept the other 3. So money was also exchanged before they released these last 2. But as I've said, a huge money have gone to this bandit. We don't just want to begin to talk about figure until every child is back. Okay. Then we will now say we spent this to get our children back.
As Christian Association of Nigeria chairman in Kaduna State, and Kaduna is one of the states really that's been at the receiving end of bandits attacks, kidnappings, and what have you. The governor of Kaduna State, I wonder what your thoughts would be on that, is calling on indigents to find ways of defending themselves, even arm themselves with, guns and all of that. Is that
to us, what he is saying is not new.
Is that something that really should be the way out?
We have cried and called for that for a long time, but when we are saying that, the same government, especially in our state and other parts of Nigeria, were accusing us as if we are calling for people to revolt against government. So it's interesting now that a serving governor is the one saying that he will even support his citizens with money. But you see, there is a mix-up there. Sometimes when people speak about all these things our governors are saying, when citizens begin to carry gun, and we know that our laws have not made that possible, the same system will go into arresting victims and allow those who are killing us to go scot-free. Because when a citizen has a gun now, what will happen is that the same law enforcement agencies will now arrest him, parade him before television houses, and say he's a gun runner. I'll give you an example. A young man, on the 3rd of October, in a community called Gugwa, 46 people were kidnapped during church service, and this bandit took them to a faraway place. When the young man saw that he could fight the bandit, he fought them. But he did something very smart. He fought them, collect their weapons, collect even their walkie-talkie, but he never brought it home. He threw it into the sea and flee. Because the concern here is that if he ever moves out with that gun and is arrested on the road, the story will be different. He would swear all his gods and religious names. No one will believe him. So when governors begin to tell us that we should go and get weapons, have we corrected or effected the constitutional amendment that allows us to carry the weapons? And we do know that even those who are supposed to go and seek for firearm license, are they getting it from the police? So I don't want a situation where we mislead citizens and they go and now we accuse them of being the ones that are perpetrating evil where they are actually victims. That's where I disagree with the governor. Before you say that, you must have made certain things clear so that citizens will not start something that they will end up becoming victims instead of being protected by law.
It's a new year. And Nigerians are hoping that they would not have to wake up every morning to hear about one bandit attack or terrorist attack, or the other. What do you think is the long-term solution to banditry and crimes like it? Before
I talked about your long-term solution, when we talked about New Year, we forgot that the same system have not changed. So there's nothing that is going to change in the new year if the system itself have not changed. Because just yesterday in Kaduna State, it was announced by government this morning that seven people were killed. 6 in Igabi local government and 1 in Jama. The one in Jama, the fact is that the government just came out and started shooting and then got this young man. Before he was taken to hospital, he couldn't survive it. One federal representative or former federal representative whose car was also fired, the fact that his driver and one of his aides that were in the car ran out, his passport or ID card was found in the car. People were even thinking he was kidnapped until when I called him myself this afternoon and I speak to him and I realized that he wasn't even in the car. He just offered his car to help an old woman to be taken to hospital, then that unfortunate incident. How can people not be able to move out of their homes within southern Kaduna and within Kaduna State from 6 p.m.? That tells you that all things are not going on well. So we're already in a new year and things are not changing. The system has not improved because there is no commitment and sincerity from those who are supposed to protect us and secure us to secure us. So when we say it's the new year, it's like something has changed. Nothing has changed because we are still back to something. But to speak about how to find solutions, I would recommend always that, look, these bandits are not spirits. They are human beings. They live among people. But the reason why people are not talking and exposing the bandits is because people feel the system is not trusted. The system is not honest. The system is playing game with the whole thing. Every day when you wake up in Kaduna State, what you hear is that the system giving you an announcement of numbers of people who die. Is that what the system is supposed to do? The system is not even telling you what efforts she is making to protect you, to secure you. It's just giving you an announcement as if it has become a routine. And all they will say is that the leader of the state commiserate with the family. Is that what the people want to see? People will work with the authority in exposing evil. But they must first trust the authority. They must first believe in the authority. What I've always encouraged our government to do is that, can you win the love and trust of the people? Can the people believe you and know that what you want to do for them is genuine?
Is that being demonstrated?
No, I've not seen it being demonstrated
in Kaduna State?
I've not seen it. I'm from Kaduna State. I've not seen it being demonstrated in my state. What I see is that if you even come out and speak against this evil, or speak out and call on government to do what is right, they attack you as if you have some political interest.
But even when the state governor, El Rufai, has been saying, look, call bandits by their name. They are terrorists.
You see, this is where many people in Kaduna State...
There should not be any talk about negotiation.
I wish that is a sincere statement. That's why many people in Kaduna State don't trust that kind of statement. He was the first governor on the national television who said, and I quote, that he had to even follow bandits to foreign countries, some neighboring countries, and give them money. So have you come back? You see, in leadership, you have to own up and accept when you are wrong. Have you come back to say, gentlemen, there was a time I took your money and I paid bandit, but I realized that it never gave good result. I am deeply sorry for doing that. Then now I want to do something new. You've not apologized for that. You even told them that if they had an option different from that, your option at that time, they should tell you. And now you just suddenly overnight...
Does he have to apologize?
Yeah, he did.
Not just
in leadership, when
you
do something that do not give result, it is expected of you to honor that it was a wrong judgment, it was a wrong decision, and tell the people it's a wrong decision, but now you want to do another thing. But when you just think that people do not think, people do not understand, it is only what you say that is right. You said yesterday that you give money, and you come today and say there should be no giving money. So people are just thinking, wait a minute, is he honest? Is he sincere? Is he really dealing with the issue or just playing to the gallery?
Very quickly.
The whole thing is the honesty that will win the minds of the people, so that when they see something, they will honestly say something. But now people are seeing many things, they cannot speak because they don't even trust the system.
That's rather unfortunate. Very quickly, what is Christian Association doing? Are you providing any kind of assistance or help to some of these returned victims, the Kaduna students and others like them?
The fact about it is that so many, well, we did appeal to people, especially NGOs, to come and provide psychosocial support for these young children. And we started getting it. I can remember very well that the school actually went on vacation on the 18th, and on 20th they moved to Jos under another organization and had a 4-day or 3-day social support program for all the children, including my son, who narrowly escaped, but because he went through that trauma, he went to that program in Jos. So a lot of efforts are going on, which may not be in the public domain, but I must commend the leadership of the church in Kaduna, that's the Baptist Church. I must commend the national leadership of the Baptist Church, and commend spiritual Nigerians who have always stand by these children. Today the school is already back, the children are already doing their best, but you know the trauma is still on.
Thank you so much, and we hope the trauma doesn't last longer than it should. Kaduna Chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Reverend Joseph John Hayab, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you too for having me.